Jared Verse sets the standard as Steve Smith puts Browns wide receivers on notice. And we got Jared Verse being interviewed by the NFL Network, talking about what he brings to the defense and his take on the Browns QBs. Also, we got 89 Steve Smith Sr. on his podcast talking about the Cleveland Browns wide receiver room and Jerry Jeudy. Now, welcome to Reese Will Sports Talk. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell to let you know when I upload a video. And if you like the information, hit that hype button. Now let's get into it.
Among the Cleveland Browns, if the Browns were to win this game at home.
We got Jared Verse on the NFL Network. Now let's take a listen.
Jared, you stated beautifully that I'm not here to fill anyone's shoes. I'm here to bring my own. What new identity are you hoping to bring to this Cleveland Browns defense?
You know, the defense is like the Cleveland Browns defense has always been known as, you know, aggressive, attacking, really getting after you, really like, you know, getting in your face, being mental. I'm just here to add to that. You know, you got Alex Wright out there, you got Mike Hall, you got all these dominant defensive players, not even just to mention, you know, Carson, you know, and you know, Q, you know, we got all these dudes all over the, you know, defense that are very aggressive. I'm here just to add my own little flavor. I'm here to get in your face. I'm here to be a little bit more aggressive. And I'm here to just, you know, have that statement. That's Jared Verse defense. I want that to be the standard of defense across the nation. That's Jared Verse defense. That old school defense where you got to get nitty gritty. You're going to have to really earn every yard, every play, everything you get.
Yeah, I hear the passion. I love it. I love everything about it. But listen, we need to have a keep it real moment with you real quick, okay? You're coming obviously from the Rams, where you're coming from, you know, Matthew Stafford being the MVP of the league, one of the best quarterbacks that we've seen over the past, you know, really decade. But now you're going to Cleveland. And when the reality is Cleveland's had a lot of QB controversy over the years. So you go from the MVP quarterback to a team that has two quarterbacks, really three quarterbacks battling for starting position in Deshaun Watson and obviously Shedeur Sanders. What is it that you've seen out of those guys and their productivity since you've been on the ground?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing I've seen is they just work. You know, Deshaun's had his own problems throughout the league, but he's still a great quarterback. You see him dominate. He's got that vet presence of someone that's done this for a good little bit. Then you got Shedeur, who, you know, that dude's confidence is unparalleled. The way he goes out there, the way he throws that, you know, at the moment you might be like, what? And then he dots him, he connects him, and you can't even say too much about it. These are two great quarterbacks. I'm honestly excited to see how it goes further in the preseason. But so far, I've just seen two elite quarterbacks battling it out.
Man, you got Jared Verse is officially bringing that alpha energy to Cleveland. And honestly, I'm 100% here for it. The man isn't trying to fill anyone's shoes. He's stamping his own footprint on the defense that's already nasty. You know, we've been nasty for a while. That was with Miles, but hey, Jared, he's here to do his thing too. He's talking about that old school nitty gritty football where you have to earn every single inch. But what I love the most, his take on the Browns QB battle. Instead of stepping, you know, into a media trap, you know, with Deshaun Watson versus Shedeur Sanders, first shuts it down. He shuts down the drama. He validates Deshaun's veteran presence and he praises Shedeur's unparalleled confidence. He's hyping up both of his guys, keeping, you know, the focus entirely elite on the elite competition. That's pure leadership before the season even kicks off. You know, so I'm here for it, man. Let me know below what you guys think. And we got Steve Smith, the former Panther wide receiver, on his podcast, analyzing the QB room, and he's analyzing the wide receiver room. Let's take a listen.
With getting those young guys, they've also put some veterans on notice that they have to raise their game as well. Let's start off with the leader in the hen house, right? A year and a half ago, a Pro Bowler, a top 100 player in the National Football League, and however, had a very interesting 2025 season. Would you say, or am I just being a little bit too critical?
No, I think you're right. I think quarterback play, like you mentioned, did play a factor in it, Steve, but I think there's enough people I talked to around the league that thought there was a step backwards. And we can get into the frustrations that are surrounding that when you have inconsistent quarterback play and you're catching a ball from a number of guys and how they can play a factor. I'm not being an excuse. It just happens to guys, but it was a big part of, you're right, his season. He had 10 drops. I mean, that's not on the quarterback, really. That's mostly, obviously, on you as the wide receiver. I think that was second most in the NFL. So that was something that obviously, really reared its head this past season. The other part that, as you mentioned, some guys on notice, Steve, he has no guaranteed money after this year. And you draft a receiver in the first round, in the second round. This is a very important year for Jerry Jeudy, not just maybe with the Browns, but for his NFL future, wherever he might go next. If it's not in Cleveland, this is a year he needs to go out there and play well.
So that's a guy who is going to be there. And the reason why I'm dancing around the Jerry Jeudy thing is I'm setting up this. Jerry Jeudy, because of his money this year, is not in trouble.
No.
I don't think he's even in trouble next year. He may not be with the Cleveland Browns, but he will have a job. But the guys who are in trouble, who really need to concern themselves, are the guys on the depth chart that are down on the depth chart. And who is that? That's like James. That is Thrash from Louisville. You got Malachi Corley. He was a young guy, special teams guy who you already knew he can do some things, but just put in a bad situation with the Jets, was not allowed to play in a slot where he primarily played in college. He played outside, which was very strange and unique, but we're talking about the Jets. So, but what I'm really excited about is less about Jerry Jeudy and what he would do. I think he'll be fine. Overall, I think he'll be fine. The question is, how fine will he be? Is he going to repeat having all those drops? I doubt it. I think he's been working hard. But the guys who really surprised me, and I'm really interested to see, is Cedric Tillman. He's on notice. Isaiah Bond. He's really showed some things over the offseason. Last year, he had some of his issues, so he wasn't able to get on board as quickly. And being a
Wait a minute, did Steve Smith just play nice talking about Jerry Jeudy after all that Jag drama? Smitty is actually, to me, dancing around the subject, saying Judy's money is safe and he'll be fine overall. To me, he's shifting that accountability over to the young guys down the depth chart. Like Cedric Tillman, I know he's in trouble because he hasn't did much. He's definitely on notice. It's simple, Jerry Jeudy's contract buys him time, but the young wideouts are the ones on notice. They got to get it together. Like Thrash, he's got to get it together. He hasn't did anything in a couple of years, but let's be real for a second. Is Smitty actually letting Jerry Jeudy off the hook, or is this the calm before the storm? If these drops start happening again, I don't know if Jerry Jeudy can survive. What you guys think? Do you think that the Cleveland Browns are going to take him dropping the ball, or are the young guys the one really on the spot? Let me know in the comment section. See you in the next video.